Inside Wilderness Lodge, you will find Artist Point, a restaurant offering one of the best themed experiences at Disney World. From the characters, to the food, to the presentation, come see why this might be a journey into the wilderness that's worth taking on your family's next Disney vacation.
Fortunately, that journey to Wilderness Lodge won't be too difficult. Water transportation is available from Magic Kingdom, the Contemporary Resort, or Fort Wilderness, and buses run to the resort from any of the 4 parks or from Disney Springs. And if you drive, parking is complimentary with a dining reservation.
The restaurant is easy to find. It's located in the back corner of the lobby where you can check in using the app or with the help of a cast member. Reservations are recommended as character meals are always popular, and Artist Point is only open for dinner. There's no breakfast available. Reservations can be made 60 days in advance for all guests, but for those staying at a Disney resort, that 60 days in advance counts from your hotel check-in date and immediately allows reservations for the first 10 days of your stay.
You can park your stroller right next to the check-in area if you need to, and then head up the ramp past the Territory Lounge, where cast members will be waiting to seat you. On your way to the table, you will notice the beautiful forest decor, including many majestic paintings of the wilderness. The theming continues at your table, where a rotating tree in the center will be used to display your appetizers and desserts. Well, that's what it's supposed to be used for.
Those courses are fixed, but you do get to make a selection from the menu for your entree. Devin chose the Royal Prime Rib, and I chose Magic Mirror's Pork Shank. Keep watching for the food reviews later if you want to see those dishes in more detail. As for the kids' menu, true to the Artist Point name, it doubles as an activity sheet that children can color while they wait for their meal. This is a really nice touch that is always appreciated, but surprisingly not common at character meals. Kids 3 to 9 select 1 entree from the children's menu and 2 sides. Kids under 3 for free, which here meant a choice between a free bowl of macaroni and cheese or mashed potatoes. It was nice to see a couple different options at Artist Point, because at other character meals, the complimentary offering is often a fixed item. It's standard mac and cheese, has good flavor. It is very creamy, so if your little one's a finger eater, you have napkins ready.
And to our delight, the children received their own appetizer, which has wonderful plating to make it seem as if it came right out of the garden.
And look at this little shovel so you can ding, 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 ding. It's nice to do.
We recently visited all of the character meals to review them for you, so be sure to subscribe to see more in this series. But this is the only location that had a themed bonus item just for the kids.
Everything has dirt on it.
What's your favorite part? The grapes?
All of it.
All of it? Wow. The normal course of appetizers will be wild mushroom bisque, a wicked shrimp cocktail, and what is known as the Hunter's Harvest.
The presentation is absolutely gorgeous. Between this tree, Lazy Susan, and then this little cauldron, like when Snow White made the stew for the dwarves. It's just the cutest thing. I'm really excited to try this. I don't like mushrooms, but it's so pretty that we'll see how it goes. It is very mushroomy. It's not unpleasant though. If you like mushrooms, you're gonna just absolutely love this. If you don't like mushrooms, you're not gonna like this.
I don't like mushrooms. I actually don't mind this. I don't get a lot of mushroom flavor. I don't love that as much as I thought, because there's something on the back that lingers.
Yeah, it's called mushroom. You don't like the mushroom soup? Are you glad you got your cheese and carrots instead? To me, there's not much of a difference between this Bloody Mary vinaigrette and just a traditional cocktail sauce. So I like it. I think it's fine. Heck, maybe I like Bloody Marys and don't even know it. But this shrimp is good, and it's large.
Devin said this tastes like normal cocktail sauce. I definitely disagree. I don't like normal cocktail sauce because I don't like horseradish. This doesn't have a horseradish component to it. It's just sort of sweet tomato and then a little bit of tang from the vinaigrette. I actually like it much better than a traditional cocktail sauce. There's sauerkraut in the middle. I'm not a fan, so I'm gonna avoid that. It's a good strong meaty flavor. Then there is a spice in it. Not that it's spicy, but it's seasoned. I like it. And then there is a little bit of fruit on the bottom that gives you a little fruitiness.
Sticking to this meatball. Ooh, it's tough to cut through. It tastes like honestly, like a totally normal meatball to me. Just like you don't have pasta sauce on it.
While waiting for your entree, you likely notice the twinkling lights that will signal the arrival of a character. Each will be announced before they enter, cross the room, and then begin greeting each table. The characters are happy to take pictures and do signatures. We like to present a different idea for signatures each video, and like the 90s kids that we are, this time we went with Magic Eye postcards.
For our fun thing to sign today, we actually brought these Magic Eye, if you remember from the 1990s, how you stare at them and then slowly pull them back to reveal a 3D image.
You can pause and give it a try if you want to. I included the instructions. Let us know in the comments if you remember Magic Eye pictures and love them as much as we do.
We're going to have the characters sign them, and then we are going to send them to a loved one. You're not able to buy these here. I did get these off of eBay, but they do sell postcards at Walt Disney World in different gift shops. You can get a pack like this, and then they have assorted pictures from around the park. If you like this idea, you could get these postcards in the gift shop or bring your own and have them signed at a character meal.
And it couldn't be more convenient to send those postcards because there's a mailbox right across from the gift shop in the lobby. You may get some other signature ideas in the resort gift shop as well. Or if you have some extra time before your meal, right outside the gift shop you can get a caricature made of yourself resembling one of the characters, and then have them sign it at dinner for an extra memorable souvenir. If you don't have anything to get signed, don't worry. Each table will receive a character card that already has the signatures on it.
One of my dresses for today too. Now your dress is extra special. It has lots of diamond dust on there. Did you go visit some of my friends over at the Diamond Mine? It's so beautiful. The diamonds always sparkle and shine so nicely. Although we do have to keep up with my friend Dopey. He prefers to play in the diamonds instead of digging for them sometimes. And would you like to get married as well? Now take a picture with us. Maybe we can smile together.
And if you don't mind, don't worry, we have something for you to sign.
Yes, of course.
It's a special message we're going to send to someone. If you can just leave it right over here.
Thank you very much, everyone. Have a wonderful evening. Bye-bye.
Snow White with a little heart. Hi, Grumpy.
Leave those other dwarves to work in the mines while you get some food. Smart man.
It has a picture of Dopey on it, but it's for you too. Don't you worry. Thank you, Grumpy. Oh, that's a wonderful signature. There you go, Pee-Pee. Thank you, Grumpy. Bye.
Dopey's here. Do you remember to wash up before eating, Dopey? Always. Always.
Good job, Dopey. That's silly, huh?
Picture of you in it?
We have another little one. He might be sleeping, Dopey.
Check it out. Can you
He's
sign a
sleeping.
postcard for us? That's you.
That's you with some bubbles. That's the picture of you washing up.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dopey.
At some point, the characters will stop meeting for a moment, and instead you can watch them frolic about the room to the silly song. Fiona couldn't help but be a bit silly herself.
When the evil queen arrives, your children may be a bit intimidated, but don't worry. Meeting her is optional. She does not come around to the tables, but instead stands for a separate photo op. You will be granted an invitation to meet with her, and each section of the restaurant will be notified when it's their turn to take this invitation up and get in line. This ended up coming right at the very end of our meal for us.
I know. You're not on there, but
Maybe I'm in the abstract art. Maybe I'm just in the background.
right.
Liquid form.
Thank you so much. Oh, what a nice signature.
By the way, when we asked about meeting the evil queen, we were reminded that you should probably just call her the queen to her face and maybe leave out the evil part. These PhotoPass photos are not included in the cost of your meal. You must either purchase Memory Maker or pay separately to download each individual photo. Taking pictures with your own device is allowed if you would rather avoid this cost.
But let's get back to the food and those great looking entrees.
It's a nice hunk of meat. Just really good pork, really tender, really juicy, cooked excellent. The glaze isn't too overpowering, but I actually honestly would rather just have the pork without the glaze on it. The pork itself is so good. The more I ate the pork, the less I liked it. The first bite, I was just impressed with the quality of the meat, which is really good. It's really well cooked. But the more I ate it, the more I got the mixture of flavors involved, the polenta and the gastrique, and I didn't love the mix of flavors. But I do like kind of to experiment with some new kinds of food, so I did appreciate that it was a little different, even if I didn't quite love it, and probably wouldn't order that the next time I came. You know, I didn't fill up on the appetizers because I wanted my main course, but now that I've eaten some of my main course, going back to these shrimp. That's how you know they're good.
How's your broccoli, Fifi? Is it cooked perfectly? How's your steak? There's a broccoli in the shot. How's your mac and cheese, bud? Does it taste free? Is it good? This prime rib tastes really good. It needs a little bit of salt in my opinion. It cuts super easy. It is flavorful. They do cook it medium rare. That's just how the house makes it. You can certainly get it more. I usually get my steaks medium, but the medium rare is working great for a prime rib, so no complaints there. These horseradish potatoes, like they're not messing around. They are horseradish potatoes. If you don't like horseradish, you will absolutely not like these. We should test it out and have a little Timothy give it a try.
No. I'm glad I did not order that.
I don't know what it is, but Disney World just loves to give you raw carrots. I don't know why. Like, they promise you a roasted carrot, and then they just give you a raw one. This is the pop-up that comes with the prime rib. As you can see, it's nice and airy on the inside. This is strange. It definitely does have an egg flavor to it. It reminds me almost of like a French toast flavor, but like not sweet, just on that eggy bread flavor.
This doesn't just taste like eggs. It's almost like the texture of scrambled eggs. It's definitely different than a traditional bread. I appreciate that they really give you something different than just an ordinary roll.
There's not a ton of seasoning on the prime rib, and the carrots have very little seasoning. This has very little flavor. So really all of the flavor of this dish, outside of just a good steak flavor, is coming from the horseradish mashed potatoes. So if I had to order again, I would still probably get this because of the prime rib, but I do think Tim's had more flavor. Me and Fiona's pieces of prime rib were a little bit too much for us to eat in one sitting, so we did get a to-go box. That is one nice thing about doing these sit-down menus rather than the buffet character dining, is that you can take the leftovers with you.
For your last course, you will be brought the dessert. The Miner's Treasures, a fairy tale gooseberry tart, and the poison apple, which isn't really poison, or is it? Nah, it isn't.
Gooseberry tart with the meringue topper. It is tart. Upon trying this, I would strongly encourage you to not just taste the filling on its own. You do want to eat the whole thing in one bite. When you get the crust in there, the flaky, buttery crust with the slight sweetness of the meringue, it does really tone down the tartness of the gooseberries.
It doesn't have as much flavor as like a green apple. It is just sort of a general tartness, but I enjoyed it.
Look how cute this little apple is. I'm very excited to give it a try. It is very much a chocolate mousse. It's really good. Ours has been sitting for a little bit, so it's a little bit softer and not maybe as cold and firm. You do get a little bit of like a green apple taste. Look at that wobble. Gelatinous. It's really good. It tastes like the great stuff, which is cookies and cream flavor. Out of the three, I think, I truthfully like the flavor of this one best because how can you go wrong with cookies and cream? But I still, for the experience, I like the gooseberry tart better than this just because it's something I've never had and I think that it makes it more memorable.
Definitely cookies and cream flavor. It's not as like sharp in flavor as like an Oreo, but you definitely get that flavor and it is good. I love how creamy the texture is, and then you can combine with these little gems to get a crunch too if you want. I wouldn't necessarily say that I'm like wowed with these desserts, but I do appreciate that it runs like the whole gamut of flavors and that you get the sweetness of the cookies and cream, you get a tartness with the gooseberry, and then with the poison apple, you get almost that bitterness of dark chocolate. So it is like a lot of different flavors and to try, and I appreciated that diversity in the types of desserts rather than just a sort of standard like cupcake or cake or something like that.
A final surprise will also be given. This is a simple treat, but the presentation is awesome.
So Snow White escaped the castle. The queen sent out a huntsman to bring back Snow White's heart in a box. Well, he didn't have the heart to do it, and neither do we. So tonight we bring you some chocolate hearts in a box. And we'll have one there for everyone to enjoy. It'll be a nice piece of dark chocolate to wrap up desserts for you this evening.
And similar boxes can actually be found in the gift shop for a fun souvenir to recall your experience.
Magic mirror on the wall. Is Artist Point worth it after all? Like all character dining locations, Artist Point has its pros and cons. The theming here is exceptional. All aspects of the presentation, right down to the names of the courses and menu items, all contribute to the storybook dining atmosphere. This is also one of the more child-friendly dining experiences at Disney, offering special bonuses just for kids. But when it comes to characters, while some character meals have up to 5 characters come around to your table, here it's only 3, plus one additional character that you have to queue up to meet, the very thing that character meals are meant to avoid. But then again, the Evil Queen, along with Dopey and Grumpy, are not characters you can normally meet in the parks. If you're a big Snow White fan, it's a no-brainer, this is the character meal for you. Otherwise, you can get more bang for your buck at other locations with more characters, especially if you have little ones that love Mickey and Friends or want to meet more princesses. And speaking of getting the most out of your money, Artist Point does offer a 3-course meal, but it isn't all you care to eat, like many other character meals are. And if you have picky eaters, a full buffet to pick from may be more appealing than, say, one free bowl of mac and cheese or mashed potatoes. So when it comes down to purely dollars and cents, Artist Point doesn't score as high in overall value as some other options. But it's hard to put a price on making those magical memories, and what Artist Point does score high on is one of the most immersive character meals, the kind of dining experience that you won't get at any normal restaurant you will ever go to. Snow White is a special movie, the first feature-length film Walt Disney ever released, and there is no other character dining experience where that Disney touch is more live than here at Storybook Dining at Artist Point.